This is not another video about how to wake up at 5 a.m. or how to just get more done or wanting it, because if motivation worked, you wouldn't be here. What I wanted to talk about is what actually makes the difference, especially for people who have the ambition, who have the desire, but never seem to be able to follow through. Over the past year, I have been doing reading and research, and I've focused on one question. Why is it that some people just keep moving forward, they have it all, they meet all their goals, they achieve everything, they've been in their job or their career for 10 years, they have the business, they have it, right? And then some people are just stuck, even though they want all the same things. Do you know what I found was it wasn't lack of discipline or willpower, it was people's systems. Their systems are what failed them. If you're tired of starting over, maybe this might be what you're missing. If you're anything like me, you have the ambition, you have the desire, you just haven't found a way to keep going when motivation disappears. And do you know what? It's not that you don't care. You do. You just haven't been able to stay consistent long enough to see the results. And that's a horrible place to be. And I want to be so clear. There's nothing wrong with you. I kept asking myself what's wrong with me. But then I started to ask myself a different question. What actually works for me? What's realistically going to work for me? And the truth became impossible to ignore. Motivation was never going to work for me. The reality is motivation fluctuates. And it's when we need it the most, that's when it's not there. It's when it disappears. When we rely on motivation, we end up in this recurring pattern of intense, short-term effort, burnout, guilt, and then stagnation. And a lot of people think this is a motivation problem, but what it actually is a systems problem. Because when our mood dips or our energy drops or we're feeling overwhelmed, motivation can't save us. It's our systems that will. One idea that changed how I think about progress is we don't rise to the level of our goals. We fall to the level of our systems. We have to remember that goals are emotionally driven. They happen when we're excited, we're hopeful, we want to make a change in our lives. Systems are execution driven. They're the small actions we can take and repeat in order to get our desired outcome. And they're the things that we can do even when we're not feeling inspired. We don't have to rely on that feeling of wanting to do it. Because it's not about how badly we want something. The desire usually is there. What's missing is being able to turn that desire into repeatable action. Wanting to go to Bali isn't the same as booking your ticket and getting to the airport. Bali is the destination. The ticket is the system. Systems are the ticket and goals are just the destination. A good system is built ahead of time, not in the moment when you're feeling tired, stressed, or emotionally drained. That's not when we want to be making these decisions. And here's a part that people probably don't want to admit. Systems don't feel good. They don't feel good in the moment. Your system might be telling you need to wake up an hour earlier in order to go to the gym, but you would rather stay in bed. It doesn't feel good today, but it feels good in the long run when those results start to compound. And this is why systems work. They remove thinking and they reduce decision fatigue and they stop the daily negotiation with yourself. One way to make systems easier is to build small, manageable routines that you can do consistently. So if your goal is to have a clean house, set a 10-minute timer at the end of every day to clean up instead of letting it build up. If you have a goal to read more books and you want to read every day, leave your book on your pillow. You're not adding more effort. If systems feel difficult, you're not going to follow them. You're taking small, easy, consistent steps every day towards your desired outcome. Systems aren't meant to be created once and never revisited. Remember, we're humans. Life changes, circumstances change. So if a system is no longer working for you, it's okay to go back and readjust and audit. This matters even more if you deal with stress or anxiety. When your emotions are overwhelmed, motivation drops further, and not because you don't care, but because your nervous system is already doing too much. On those low days, start small or do something you enjoy to begin with. This can be enough to regulate you so you can keep moving forward. Things like playing music or having scents in your house that make you feel good are gentle shifts that you can take to help you to feel better so actions can feel possible again. The goal isn't to burn yourself out, it's to create a life where you can keep progressing towards the things that you want, even when you don't feel your best. Trust me, I've been there. I have been someone that has started things over and over again, who has started one thing and lost motivation and stopped. But when I realized that I was relying on motivation, I created little systems that have really helped me. And remember, the goal is not to burn yourself out, it's to create a life where progress is possible. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I am really enjoying making these videos. I'm attempting to post one video a week. So if you're interested in this kind of thing, self-development, personal growth, but doing it softly, not this hustle culture, then follow along. Let's do this. Let's become besties. I will see you in my next video.